zodiac is different. It's a 12-year cycle labeled with animals, starting with a rat and ending with a pig, and has no association with constellations. For example, if you were born in 1975, you are a rabbit. Can you see a zodiac sign there? Our Chinese ancestors constructed a very complicated theoretical framework based on yin and yang, the 5 elements, and the 12 zodiac animals. Over the thousands of years, this popular culture has affected people's major decisions, such as naming, marriage, giving birth, and attitude to each other. And some of the implications are quite amazing. Chinese believe certain animals get on well than the others. So parents, they choose specific years to give birth to the babies because they believe the team effort by the right combination of animals can give prosperity to the families. We even refer into a zodiac when enter into romantic relations. I'm a pig. I should have perfect romance with tigers, goats, and rabbits. Chinese people believe some animals are natural enemies. As a pig, I need to be careful with the snake. Raise your hands if you're a snake. Let's have a chat later. We believe some animals are luckier than the others, such as the dragon. Unlike the Western tradition, Chinese dragon is a symbol for power, strength, and wealth. It's everyone's dream to have a dragon baby. Jack Ma's parents must have been very proud, and they are not the only one. In 2012, the year of the dragon, the birth rate in China, Hong Kong, and Taiwan increased by 5%. That means another 1 million more babies. With the traditional preference to baby boys, the boy-girl ratio of that year was 120 to 100. When those dragon boys grow up, they will face much more severe competition in love and job markets. According to the BBC and the Chinese government's press release, the January 2015 saw a peak of cesarean sections. Why? That was the last month for the year of the horse. It's not because they like horses so much, it's because they try to avoid having unlucky goat babies. If you're a goat, please don't feel bad. Those are goat babies. They don't look like losers to me. Tiger is another undesirable animal due to its volatile temperament. Many Chinese regions saw a sharp decline of birth rate during those years. Perhaps one should consider zodiac in reverse, as those tiger and goat babies will face much less competition. Maybe they are the lucky ones. I went through the Forbes top 300 richest people in the world, and it's interesting to see the most undesirable 2 animals, the goat and tiger, are at the top of the chart, even higher than the dragon. So maybe we should consider, maybe it's much better to have less competition. One last but interesting point. Many Chinese people make their investment decisions based on the Zodiac Sign Index. Although the belief and the tradition of the Zodiac sign has been over thousands of years, the trend of using it in making major decisions did not really happen until the past few decades. Our ancestors were very busy to survive from poverty, drought, famine, riot, disease, and civil war. And finally, Chinese people have the time, wealth, and technology to create an ideal life they always wanted. The collective decision made by 1.3 billion people has caused the fluctuation in economics and demand on everything, from healthcare and education to property and consumer goods. As China plays such an important role in global economy and geopolitics, the decision made based on zodiac and other Chinese traditions ends up impacting everyone around the world. Is there any monkeys here? 2016 is the year of the monkey. Monkeys are clever, curious, creative, and mischievous. Thank you.
Very interesting, right? Okay. Okay.
The monkey's attitude are good. The
Monkey
dragon
is
is
good.
best. Dragon is best.
Yeah. Actually, different different zodiac sign, they have different type of people. So don't make it too seriously. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's continue. The Chinese zodiac, known as Shengxiao or Shuxiang, features 12 animal signs in this order: rat, ox, tiger, rabbit, dragon, snake, horse, sheep, monkey, rooster, dog, and pig. And originate from ancient ruler tree and boasting a history of more than 2,000 years. It plays an essential role in Chinese culture, and there are 12 zodiac signs represented by animals. And every year there is a different one. And after 12 years, the cycle repeats itself. Okay, and the 12 Chinese zodiac animals in a cycle are not only used to represent years in China, but also believed to influence people's personality, career, compatibility, marriage, and fortune. Okay. And these 12 animals can be divided into 3 catalogs. 6 domestic animals, they are ox, horse, goat, rooster, dog, pig. And 5 wild animals, they are rat, tiger, rabbit, snake, monkey. And 1 imaginary deity, dragon, Alifu
Yeah,
dragon.
Lakshi.
Yeah, Alifu dragon.
Yeah.
And
Thank you.
dragon is the most common totem of the Chinese nation and signifying auspiciousness, power, and wealth. Okay.
Okay.
And there are various art forms and large numbers of works themes on the zodiac. For example, Chinese painting, Chinese paper cutting, Chinese colored drawing, and Chinese carving art, etc. And now let's come to the second part, the origin of the Chinese zodiac sign. Okay, and the records from the excavated ancient bamboo books have proved the existence of the Chinese zodiac before the Qing dynasty, and the complete 12 animal cycle have been set before or during the East Han dynasty. And what's the origin of this mysterious theory with more than 2,000 years history? There is actually no conclusion, but the various guesses and the legends make it more interesting, intriguing. And some people believe that 12 Chinese zodiac signs are signified from the 28 animals, which represents 28 constellations in ancient Chinese astronomy. And while some others insist the zodiac relationship with the Jupiter's revolution period, just about 12 years. And the most popular two are the chronological purposes and the totem saying of the original related to animal worship. And in ancient times, in order to make people easily remember the years, our ancestors come up with an idea, use the animals represent the year. And more than 30,000 years ago, Chinese ancestors invited the 10 Tiangang and 12 Di Zhi for the chronological purpose. And later, people used the 12 animals to symbolize the 12 earthly branches in order to make things easier to memorize. And you might find out that many people, Chinese people, strongly believe that the time of person birth is primarily factor in determining that person's characteristics. And there's an interesting legend about the origin of Chinese zodiac sign, but it has several versions. And please let me introduce one version first. The Zhu Emperor wanted to select 12 animal sign to be his palace guards. So he preferred the ox to be the first for its honesty and diligence. But out of everyone's expectation, the small rat cowardly hid on the ox back and occupied the first place at the essential moment. The tiger was crowned as the king of the forest, while the dragon was titled the Lord of the Sea, and so they ranked behind the ox. The rabbit won a race with the dragon and gained the number 4. And the snake, horse, sheep, monkey, and rooster followed. The dog was punished to be the last one for biting the rabbit in a pet. So actually, the dog was the 11th because there is one being late for the interview. The pig finally took the last place. Okay, so let me show you a video about another version, and you will know more about the legend of the great race. Okay. Wait a minute. Okay. So can you guys see the video?
Yes, you
Okay.
can see video.
Great.
What's your sign? In Western astrology, it's a constellation determined by when your birthday falls in the calendar. But according to the Chinese zodiac, or Sheng Xiao, it's your Shu Xiao, meaning the animal assigned to your birth year. And of the many myths explaining these animal signs and their arrangement, the most enduring one is that of the Great Race. As the story goes, Yu Di, or Jade Emperor, ruler of the heavens, wanted to devise a way to measure time. So he organized a race. The first 12 animals to make it across the river would earn a spot on the zodiac calendar in the order they arrived. The rat rose with the sun to get an early start, but on the way to the river, he met the horse, the tiger, and the ox. Because the rat was small and couldn't swim very well, he asked the bigger animals for help. While the tiger and horse refused, the kind-hearted ox agreed to carry the rat across. Yet, just as they were about to reach the other side, the rat jumped off the ox's head and secured first place. The ox came in second, with the powerful tiger right behind him. The rabbit, too small to battle the current, nimbly hopped across stones and logs to come in fourth. Next came the dragon, who could have flown directly across, but stopped to help some creatures she had encountered on the way. After her came the horse, galloping across the river. But just as she got across, the snake slithered by. The startled horse reared back,
Oh, wait a minute. Oh, it's my connection is not good. So
It's technical problem.
yeah, I will. I can share the link in the group. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, Laoxi.
Yeah, and you can see that after class. Okay. Okay, let's continue other parts. Okay. Okay. Maybe we can take this part first. Okay. The outline of the 12 zodiac animal, the personality and the compatibility. Okay. It's very interesting. Firstly, let's talk about rat. When there are people, there are rats. The rats have strongly adaptability and survival ability. For people born in the year of the rat, they are vigorous and able to adapt themselves to different circumstances. And being smart and hardworking, they set clear goals in career and life. And they have an indomitable will to realize their step by step. And the cautious rat people pay attention to thrift and savings. And they generally live a stable and well-off life, and even better after middle age. And they are wonderful. They are wonderful friends and partners. And for the cheerful and easygoing personality, makes them good at living the viable in parties or other social places, and sometimes impulsive, but their good self-control ability can push them back in time. And you can see for the love and the marriage compatibility of the rats, the perfect romance, okay? Ox, dragon, and monkey, okay?
Hey, Ariful, dragon, take a
Yeah,
note.
and here are the careers for the red people, okay? The best
Yes,
job
yes.
for the red people include all these things, okay? And you can find some personalities of the ox, okay? You know, in agriculture
Hasan.
society, the mild and tough ox is human's best assistance. So people born in the year of the ox are also diligence and persistence. I think some of you guys are born in this year. Yeah, and they tend to be slow in action after a long and deliberate preparation. But once the plan is set, they will overcome all difficulties to finish the task. Okay, and their amazing endurance in work and strong senses of obligation compel them to break through the seek it out and make themselves highly approved by colleagues and their boss. Okay, and this is the base for them being late bloomers. Okay, so with successful career and abundant wealth in old age. And you can also see some perfect romance in this one and their perfect career in this area. Okay. And the tiger. Okay. Tiger. Yeah. The tiger is white, bold, and powerful. Yeah. And also it's the king of the forest. Okay. And the people born in the year of the tiger are also endowed with natural leadership and dominant temperament. Okay. And you can also find their strongness, weakness, and their perfect romance and career. Okay. And for rabbit, yeah, rabbit is a tender and quiet animal, and the rabbit is no doubt a lovely animal. Okay, and the people born in the year of the rabbit have favorable personality. They are smart moderator in a family to drive up the happy atmosphere. And also you can find his personalities and the perfect romance career in this area. Okay. And this is dragon. I think
It's me.
you guys are interested in this one. Yeah. The dragon, a mythical creature in Chinese culture, is considered imperial, lucky, and powerful. And the people born in the year of the dragon are ambitious dreamers and seeking for adventure and romances all their life. And they are super energetic and have strong fortune, especially before middle age. They have childish enthusiasm for their dreams and aim, and brave enough, but they coming up with a setback. They are easy to turn to the opposite extreme and discouraged and never rise again. And so strong, aggressive, and with fatal charm, they like to be the focus in social occasions. However, dragon people are a little bit unreachable, for they are short tempers and always strict and even sometimes picky to some others. Okay, so the strengths of the dragon people are energetic, confident, ambitious, and other things. And the weakness is also very clear. Okay, you can find their perfect marriage and career. Okay,
Look, Hassan,
and
look,
it's
look
a snake.
everyone.
Yeah, it's a snake. Yeah, you can see the snake, and also the horse, and it's the sheep, monkey, and the rooster. You can find this strength, weakness after class by the point I shared in the group. Okay. So after all this slides, do you guys interested? Have a question? What's your Chinese zodiac sign?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, largely I have
Yeah,
already
largely.
done it.
Okay, great. So let's continue. Now let's come to the part. Learn how to calculate your Chinese zodiac sign. Okay.
Set by month, January
First,
to
we
December.
need to better calculate your Chinese zodiac sign. We need to know some basic background knowledges. Okay, we need to know what's the Chinese lunar calendar. Okay, Chinese horoscope are based on the Chinese lunar calendar. So here I will let you know what's the Chinese lunar calendar. Chinese calendar, lunar solar calendar is formed on the movement of the moon and the sun. Okay, and it's also called the lunar calendar, yin calendar, xia calendar, or the old Chinese calendar. And each Chinese calendar year has a zodiac sign, 12 or 13 months, or each month has 29 or 30 days. Okay, so if there are 12 months, there will be 354 or 355 days in a year. If there are 13 months, there will be 383 or 384 days. Okay, it's different with our category calendar. Okay, and although China has adopted a Gregorian calendar for official and business occasion, the traditional Chinese calendar is widely used to divine 24 solar terms. Traditional holidays helps to choose a lucky day before important activities such as wedding, moving to a new house. Okay. And here you will know how does a Chinese lunar calendar work. Okay, each time the moon move into a line with the earth and the sun, a new month begins, and this is called Chuyi, meaning the first day of the lunar month. Okay, and when the full moon appears, it's the middle of the month. It's called 15. Okay, and the time of a moon circle, a full moon circle is a little more than 29 days. So 1 month has 29 days or 30 days. And there are 3 or 30 months. There are 20 or 30 months in a lunar year. Okay. And the month with its first day nearest the beginning of the spring is the first lunar month. And on that day, the spring festival is held, and the varies between January 20 to February 20th. And during the New Year period, China and overseas country with Chinese residents will issue Zodiac stamps to celebrate the Lunar New Year. And here is a special month in Chinese lunar calendar called leap month. You know, in Gregorian calendar, we just have 12 months, right? But in lunar calendar, we have 12 or 13 months. The 30th month is the leap month, okay? Just as Gregorian calendar has a leap year, in order to compensate for the fact that the Earth does not travel around the Sun in exactly 365 days, the Chinese calendar is adjusted so as to ensure that it bears a proper relationship with the apparent movement of the Sun between the northern and the southern chaps. Okay, and to decide when a leap month needs to be added to bring the lunar calendar in accordance to the Earth's movement around the Sun, the 12 solar terms are considered, and most months will have more than one solar terms. But in those instances, when a month has only one, it will be repeated with 29 or 13 days. The same as a normal month, which means there are 13 months in some year. This phenomena can occur every 2 or 3 years. For example, last year, Chinese lunar year calendar of the 2020 has a leap year of April. You can see this, we have 2 April. Okay, you can see this one. And so 2020 has 30 months altogether, lasting from January 25, 2020 to February 11, 2021 in Gregorian calendar. Okay. And here's some others background information you can learn it after class. Okay. So here, what's the differences between Chinese calendar and the Gregorian calendar? Let's repeat it again. Chinese lunar calendar is a lunisolar calendar, which is calculated according to the movement of moon and the sun. Gregorian calendar is calculated by the movement of the sun. When the Earth goes around the sun for one circle, is 1 year. Generally speaking, lunar calendar is 12 to 15 days later than Gregorian calendar. Okay, and as you see in this picture, yeah, you can see the lunar calendar is different. Okay, you can see this one. When you read the Chinese calendar, you can find 2 lines. Okay, the first line is the Gregorian calendar. Okay, and the second line is lunar calendar. Okay, so next time when your Chinese friends ask you how to read the Chinese calendar, you can know how to read that.
Yes,
Okay,
doctor.
so with the background knowledge of Chinese lunar calendar, let's see what's your Chinese calendar. In this sheet, it's quite easy for you guys to know what's your Chinese zodiac sign. Yeah, which you can find your Chinese zodiac sign. This is the year of your birth, okay? And you can find which zodiac sign you are belonging to. Okay. For example, if a baby is born in this year, 2029, his Chinese zodiac sign is ox, 牛. Okay.
老师，我睡蒙着了。
So you can see this one. And here are the respective Chinese zodiac sign for the following 10 years. And for 2022, it's the year of the tiger. Okay. And in the year of the snake, I think 2025, you guys will be will be granted from the SUES. Okay. Okay, here. But if we can't find the year directly in the sheet above, so how can we know what the Chinese zodiac sign a person is? Now let's come to how to calculate your Chinese zodiac sign mathematically. Okay, so here, first divide your year of birth by 12 and read about the remainder. Okay, and if the number of the year can be divided with no remainder, take the remainder as 0, and each remainder corresponding to an animal sign. Okay, this is the first way. Okay, we can take the great singer Celine Dion, for example. She was born in 1968. So 1968 divided 12 is equal to 164 with no remainder. No remainder equals to 0. So which indicated monkey sign, right? So she is in monkey sign. And another example is Xi Jinping, our president. And the president was born in 1953. So 1953 divides 12 is equal to 162 with the remainder 9. We can find 9. So 9 responded to snake. So Xi Jinping, President Xi, gets the snake sign. Okay. Okay. And if you,
what is my zodiac sign?
You can
I was born in
calculate.
1999.
Calculate your birth year.
Yeah.
Calculate.
Your zodiac sign is
Calculate.
rabbit.
And then another way, if you use an electronic math calculator, follow this way to get the remainder. Okay. Here we will take the year of 1988, for example. 1988 divide 12 is nearly equal to 165.667, and take the decimal 0.667. 0.667 multiply 12 is nearly equal to 8.004. Half adjust the result, and we get the integer 8, and the corresponding sign 8 is dragon. Okay. Okay. So, and here's a small note. People's birthday determine their Chinese zodiac sign. However, things are not that easy. There is an animal representing each year, but the year is defined by Chinese zodiac sign, the Chinese lunar year, not the Gregorian year. So, so the dates of Chinese lunar year vary every year, but will fall on a day in January or February. If you born on a day during March to December, it won't be difficult to figure out your zodiac animal sign. But for people with birthday in January or February, there are big chance of mistaking of their zodiac sign. So here, let's do some exercise. Okay, calculate your Chinese zodiac sign mathematically. Okay, I will share the slides here. Okay, do you guys used to use calculator or by your hands to calculate your zodiac sign?
What should we put this loud?
Mine is rabbit.
I'm not going to say
calculator.
Calculator.
Mine
Okay.
is
I will share this slides. Yeah, I will share this slides. So I will give you 5 minutes to do that. Now please share your answer with your name, student ID, and birth year, and your Chinese zodiac sign in our WeChat group. Okay, let's start. 5 minutes.
What is the format? Name, student ID, and the sign, right? Lucy, can you hear me?
Sorry.
The format is our student ID, name, and the time, right?
Now the exercise is calculate your Chinese zodiac sign mathematically.
I already did.
Yeah. The first is write your answer with your name, student ID, birth year, and your Chinese zodiac sign. Let me see whether you calculate right or not.
Okay.
Okay, also we got it. We got it. We're gonna submit it on WeChat.
Now 5 minutes. Okay.
Okay, love.
Lakshya, what does half adjust the result do?
To show the steps that's been taken, or we can just write the name and the zodiac. Hello?
Hello.
I said, do we need to write the steps that's been taken, or we just need to write the name?
Write the results.
Yeah,
your name, your student ID, and your birth year, and the final which zodiac sign.
Okay.